All right, go ahead and roll for perception.
I got a 13.
Hey, that's pretty good. With that, you can tell there's some fantasy situations going on. You hear some adult language, and with that, you can tell this podcast probably isn't for kids.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Will.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything Dungeons and Dragons, from dreadful droughts to dreamy driders. And today we're revisiting the Druid.
All right, Brian.
All right, well, let's rumble.
It's Druid time. This is our second visit of the Druid.
Yes.
If you want to know what our take on all the stuff out of the Player's Handbook is, go check out the Druid episode. Today we're checking out the 2 subclasses in Xanathar's Guide.
Xanathar's Guide.
So yeah, let's just get into it.
I think we should.
Okay. So the first one, the first subclass in Xanathar's Guide is called the Circle of Dreams. The Druid subclasses are called circles because they're like, I don't want to call them cults, but they're like...
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a group. This is a group of people in the forest that are like chanting these specific things
They're
to
cults.
make certain... Yeah,
let's be real.
They're nature cults.
Nature cults.
I mean, a cult has a negative connotation on it, but there's lots of things are cults.
True.
Catholic Church is a cult.
So I guess the subclass would also be aptly named the Cult of Dreams. The Circle of Dreams is a Fae-themed kind of druidic thing, which I really like. It's kind of basically, if you're in the circle, you either hail from the Fae itself or Fae-touched areas of the world.
I guess that's a good question right now to ask is if you, like you said, hail from the Fae.
Yeah.
So is it Fae creatures or is it like elves or like...
Well, elves hail from the Fae.
Because elves live in the Fae.
Yeah,
sometimes.
so do gnomes. Goblins sometimes do. Also, you could have just got lost in the Fae and involved with a bunch of satyrs. And
Fuck it, I'm a druid now. I used to be a fighter.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I like nature magic.
There might be some other races that aren't coming to mind, but I mean, half elf, you could be half elven, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I'm sure there are, depending on your world, there's going to be plenty of Fae-touched forests. You know what I mean? So,
Light, Fae light.
Yeah.
Sugar-free Fae.
Yeah, exactly. Diet Fae places all over the land. But basically, the idea is that your circles protect these Fae areas, and they see them as sacred. And they themselves are Fae touched in a way. They relish in the positive aspects of the Feywild.
Okay.
They're really all about like dreamlike states, whimsy, being hopeful and positive and wishful. They're like a weird Fae hippie cult.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, it doesn't say they do drugs, but they really don't like reality. So
I mean, it doesn't say, you can't like write that, right?
I suppose you couldn't write that, could
You're
you?
trying to market to kids sometimes.
It is very specific that it says they are not big fans of reality, the mundane, or civilization. So
they are not big fans of these things. They do lots of drugs.
But they are.
Wait, scratch that part out.
but they are super, super nice. They're kind to travelers and those in need. And
that's cool.
They're kind of about like doing positive and spreading positive and protecting nature, especially the Fae magical stuff.
Yeah, their drugs are called positive. Here, bro, take some positive. You gotta stay up.
There you go. I really like this subclass. I like it for 2 main reasons. Number one, they add a new cool, it's simple healing mechanic that's spellless.
And I like that.
I like spellless healing. I think it's fun and cool.
I like Druid's healing. That's
that too.
That lines up.
I'm a fan of that. And also, they have some unique utility. Not a lot of firepower focus when it comes to this subclass. But that's okay.
It's like a more supportive.
It's very, very supportive, very utility. I really like it. If I was going to make a druid to run in a campaign, I would give this one a hard look. This is probably the number 1 on my druid list.
Okay.
But let's get into it. So at second level, you're going to get a feature called Balm of the Summer Court.
Ooh.
This
very
is
Shakespeare.
Very Shakespeare, yes. Basically, the premise here is that your connection to Fae makes you this kind of conduit for Fae energy. You're like a font of energy, or as I wrote in my notes, you are a font of sunshine and rainbows. You essentially get a pool of D6s equal to your druid level that you can use with a bonus action. Basically, on your turn with a bonus action, you pick a target within 120 feet of you, and you could heal that target, whatever you roll with your D6s.
Cool.
The limit, though, is that you can't spend all your D6s at once. You can only spend up to half of them at once.
So if you're level 2, you're rolling 1d6.
You're rolling 1d6. But still, it's
a good
free.
mechanic.
It's essentially free. I mean, it's got a resource, but it's bonus action and spellless, which is great.
That's
so
cool.
you can there's some synergy to be had here.
That's kind of similar to like what the Furbolg is doing, right? Like
What do you mean?
Like the Furbolg just has like they have magic that they can just do as like a class feature or
Yeah,
race feature.
well, yeah. So there are other races too that get like racial based magic. Tieflings get that. ASMR get it.
It's kind of funny that we just did the Furbolg episode 2 weeks ago. So
we
now
did. This is like the
Right.
Furbolg Druid right
Yeah.
here. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm thinking of our big meaty giant. Maybe I'll
Indeed.
build a Furbolg circle today.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
For a circle of dreams. I meant to say. Okay.
Cult of Dreams.
Cult of Dreams.
Choose yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. At level 6, you're going to get a feature called Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. These are very ostentatious names.
Yes. Once again, always though.
It essentially does something pretty simple, though. It just makes your general short and long rest safer. During a short or long rest, you could put up an invisible 60-foot in radius magical sphere. It's invisible. No one can see it. You and allies within the sphere get a +5 to stealth and perception.
Oh my god, it's a fucking Harry Potter spell.
Basically.
Yeah.
And also light from within the sphere is blocked from being seen outside the sphere.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a spell in 5e, but I remember it was a ritual in 4e, and it was called Darkfire. I think that's what it was called. And basically, the way Darkfire would work is everyone within the radius of the light could see it.
Okay.
But if you were outside of the radius of the bright light,
Like immediate light.
yeah,
pretty
you
much.
couldn't see. It was like darkness.
so
It like it
basically-
wasn't there.
Yeah, it's like rubbing out the ambient light, pretty much.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
And I always really like that ritual from 4E, and this kind of reminds me in its own special way. So it's especially valuable, I would say, if you're in a campaign where your DM is running random encounters, and especially random encounters like when you guys are trying to rest.
Right.
This is pretty invaluable.
Yeah.
And it's going to come in handy time and time again.
That's like the elf is we were just talking about the elf before we were recording the
Oh yeah,
episode.
yeah.
And it's
the trance
the
feature.
trance.
Yeah, trance with this, you're unstoppable. You're never
basically,
gonna get.
You're gonna know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like having an alarm spell up.
Yeah, unless a bunch of invisible demons, with true sight, and that you were fucked from the get go at that point.
And all the demons look like Matt Damon.
No. So moving on, at level 10, you're going to get a feature called Hidden Paths. I really, really like this feature. I think this is a feature besides the healing one that kind of sold me on this subclass. So you get the ability to, as a bonus action, either teleport yourself 60 feet, or you could take a full action to teleport an ally 60 feet.
Ooh.
You can do this a number of times equal to your wisdom mod. Now, again, this is spell-less, so you're getting spell-less, bonus action, teleportation.
And that's really good.
Yeah.
That's Misty Steppin'. That's
Basically.
better. Wait,
Yeah.
is Misty Steps 30 feet or
I
60
think Misty Step is 30 feet, so this is doubly as good.
doubly?
Although full action to teleport an ally can be bothersome.
Right, because you're
But-
sacrificing your turn.
Yeah, but if you're doing it, it's probably because it's something you really need.
Yeah.
So it's definitely useful. I think the premise here is that your connection to the Feywild kind of makes it so
reality.
you're both here and there at the same time a
Yeah,
little bit, and you can kind of like you can mess with the timey-wimey space stuff
Right.
and like move people about.
That's cool. So basically, I need to save prone surrounded guy immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
like get him out of there.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's really
absolutely.
good. That's like can reset combat
Al-
sometimes.
Also, you could do this outside of combat where a full action doesn't matter.
Yeah, man, we need that chest up on that
Like,
cliff. Poof, poof.
let's say like there's a huge 50-foot gap and you have a party of 4 and you have a wisdom mod of 4. Well, guess what? You can teleport all you and your dudes across that chasm.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no problem.
So I have some questions about doing this in like a stealth environment because sometimes people want to teleport and do it like very quietly. So like, but Misty Step makes noise. It says specifically that it makes like a small amount of noise when you do it.
Okay.
So what? Like I kind of like poof, but I also
Yeah,
like a
shifting of the air.
or like a shh, like
Okay.
a mist, like
Yeah.
turning into mist and like reforming, kind of like how they do in Harry Potter again, in
Right.
the movies.
Right.
What do you have any ideas? Is this one the same kind of?
I didn't actually write down if it did that. I don't remember reading that. So the way I usually treat teleportation is, how do you flavor it when you make the character?
Right,
Like,
okay.
If you're flavoring it like a Nightcrawler style Bamf,
Yeah,
then
like a
yeah,
puff of
it's gonna-
smoke.
then that's what it does from now on, and like that's a consequence you have to deal with.
You know those little firecrackers? They're like little balls of paper with like, I guess, gunpowder in them. You throw them at the ground, they pop, they make a little spark.
Yeah.
It's like a big, I always imagine Nightcrawler, like you had a fit, like a softball size one
Right.
that like blew up in your hand,
Right.
but you're just gone.
Yeah, sure. That. If you always thought of it as being silent and you had it made like that from the beginning, then we'll just go with that. It's not really something I'm sweating one way or another.
Okay, yeah.
Like, yeah, is one more mechanically better than the other, it making sound or not? Yes, but who cares?
Yeah, well, I kind of, like in my game, it can matter because when people want to poof silently out of a bind.
Oh, yeah, it can matter. My point is, like, it's, like, cool, you got an extra bit of stealth because your stuff doesn't make noise. But, like, I think it's important to establish what it is at the beginning rather than, like, have decide, like, when it's pertinent.
Yeah, then you have an argument at the table.
Yeah,
Okay.
but once it's decided, like, if a player wants to nerf himself by making a teleportation specifically make noise, cool. If they want to play it where it's quiet, cool.
They have a weird teleport. They're like, Shazam!
If I want to get them in a situation where stealth matters, I'm going to get them in a situation where stealth matters. Like, the teleportation is going to mess me up as a DM.
So what about, I have one more teleportation question.
Go ahead.
Okay, if you, like your items that are on you obviously are going to go with you. What if you like grab, let's go with a chest scenario, right? If I bear hug a chest with an item in it, can I bamf out with that too?
I think the general rule is that if you're carrying it, if you can carry it, you can bamf with it.
Anything you can squat with is yours.
I guess so. If you can teleport
with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would be the general rule, because if you're holding your sword and you teleport, your sword's coming with you.
Yeah, like you don't teleport and then you're naked and there's a pile of clothes on the ground.
Also,
else.
specifically if it's Fae, then I think definitely if you can hold it, it teleports with you. Because with the Fae, it's all about kind of belief.
Right.
And if you believe it's part of you and yours, it's coming with.
Believe in me, guys.
Yeah.
We really need the sword in this chest.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, let's keep going.
I know I have one more.
All right.
Just piggybacking off of that. If I bear hug a mountain,
No.
So what about the pieces I'm touching?
No.
I would say no.
Because you're not carrying it.
Okay,
if anything, the mountain's carrying you.
So, that's fair. So if the mountain teleports,
yes,
I'm gone.
you're going with it.
Okay.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I'm done with
absolutely.
Teleportation question's over.
All right. Well, we're on to the
wait. What about... No, just kidding.
Okay. We're on to the last feature, which you get at level 14. It's called Walker in Dreams. Now, this is an interesting feature. I can't decide if it's powerful or not, but you'll see why in a second. So essentially, when you finish a short rest, you can choose one of 3 spells. And when you choose that spell, you can now cast that spell without a spell slot.
Okay.
The 3 spells are Dream, Scrying, and Teleportation Circle.
Wow, scry.
So Dream is essentially an ability to enter other people's dreams and control the dreams that you're in.
Okay.
And I think with the Dream spell, you can also transfer other people in. But I don't know if you could do yourself and other people at the same time.
You can incept people.
You can
go
incept
on an
people.
inception mission.
So this is what I'm saying. That's pretty powerful, especially without a spell slot, because that's a pretty high level spell.
Dude, if you have like a this is one of those things a DM could have like they just got like a thick stack of paper. Like if this guy tries to go into a specific person's dreams and takes the party with them, we are now doing this campaign and getting back to this campaign later.
Right.
Like,
That'd
damn.
be cool. I like that.
Yeah, you're in a snowy mountain in like a vault, and you're trying to like make this guy remember to give you money. What was Inception about?
I don't remember. I really don't.
I just remember Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the fucking hallway.
I think it was
in the hotel.
They wanted to incept the idea into a guy to not sell the company.
It was money based.
It was money based.
Yeah.
It was a very corporate thing.
And then homeboy got lost in his own dream, became an old man, and then like they were like, "Do you remember the mission?"
right. Okay,
I think so.
Moving on.
Old.
The two other spells that you can use this feature with are Scrying, which is your ability to like seek out and find where other people are.
Right.
I think Scrying is tied to the plane of existence you're on. I don't think you could scry people on other planes.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. There's some Critical Role stuff where they can. There's like you try to scry this person, you can't. They're not in this plane of existence.
Yeah.
And
I could be
everyone's
wrong.
like, oh fuck.
Right. I could be wrong on that, but essentially scrying is your ability to magically find other people no matter how far away they are.
Yeah, and you can watch what they're doing for like a minute or whatever, however long.
I don't remember. I've never used the spell. So.
That's weird. There's a lot of stuff in D&D that's like scrying, anti-scrying.
Right.
Like you can't be scryed right now.
Right.
And it's I always have this hard decision being like why would my party be, like have they caught the attention to be scryed on? And
well, usually the level when you get the scrying spell, and the
pretty high.
anti-scrying stuff. It's pretty high, and at that point, you've probably caught the attention of a lot of powerful entities.
Okay, so now you're just getting scryed up, and you need some anti-scry.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed.
Everybody take these magic rings.
Right. So the last spell is Teleportation Circle, which normally the way that spell works is there has to be a designated teleportation like circle area, and then you can use the spell to teleport to another designated teleportation circle area.
It's like a bunch of runes or something like embedded in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, however you want to flavor it. But what's cool about this feature is it actually boosts the spell up. So as an added bonus, you can use Teleportation Circle to teleport to your last rest location.
Ooh.
Which is essentially, I'm sure,
Pokemon Center.
Yes, it's a Pokemon Center, and you can use in Pokemon. You can use the teleport move to teleport to a Pokemon Center.
Hell yeah.
So that's what this is.
Or it's like that rando person's cabin in the woods that let you sleep in their bed.
Indeed, you can teleport to your last rest location.
They're like,
which is pretty
how did you get here? Get out of my house! I let you sleep here one time. You can't keep coming back here.
I know, right? So that is the Circle of Dreams.
Okay.
You got any questions before we move on?
No.
Okay, well, before we move on, let's take a short rest.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the part of the show that we're going to teleport to later. We want to take this opportunity. Well, it's a short rest. We want to take this opportunity to thank some lovely people that have donated to our Patreon and become our patrons. We really appreciate you guys very, very much. Here are, we want to shout you guys out. The Mythic Llama. It's just Mythic Llama. It's not the Mythic Llama, but I kind of like it being like the Mythic Llama. Maybe
he's a Mythic Llama in my heart.
I have something I want to pitch to you later.
Okay.
Now that we've said that, yeah,
I'm all ears.
You're the Mythic Llama. Thank you very much. Emmett Woolsey, thank you very much. And Emmett Woolsey would like to say, never forget that anyone can be. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm messing up this read, and I said I wouldn't.
Yeah, you said it was gonna be a hot read.
It is going to be a hot read. Never forget that anyone can be creative when it comes to the lore within the world you create. Homebrew is the lifeblood of D&D.
I concur. I concur with all that was said right there.
We like homebrew a lot on this show.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot.
And we compare it to food a lot. Like
Do we?
Yeah,
is that a thing we do?
Yeah, we compare stuff like the flavor stuff to the taste of food.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's called flavor. Yeah, food has flavor.
That's true.
You get the joke?
True. I do.
Okay. And I think it's Jackie Zote. JACQUIXOT. Thank you very much. Also, thank you guys so much. We really
you guys are
appreciate
incredible. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support, and we couldn't keep doing this without you guys. So thank you again.
Yeah, and your boy finally finished the Vault Raiders Part 2, which is one of our favorite things we do on the Patreon because it's just such a good time. We had a lot of laughs in this last one. And if you want to get my Matt Damon reference that I made in the episode earlier,
right,
then you should go really watch that because there's a bad guy in there it's a demon that gets summoned that looks like Matt Damon. So we call him Matt Damon, but it worked out.
I love improv.
Yeah, so that's like the $5 tier stuff. Early episodes are on there. If you guys want to check it out, it's patreon.com/thedungeoncast. You can also find us on soundcloud.com/thedungeoncast. You can search for us on YouTube if you want to see our faces. We always appreciate the likes and subscribes and the comments that you guys put out. Hello, new people again. Thanks for listening to the show. And did you want to?
Yeah, I have an announcement to make. So
you're pregnant.
No,
you're having a baby.
No.
Okay.
So as many of you probably already know, D&D is coming out with a new resource book called Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of planar lore stuff, possibly some monsters, possibly some class options, possibly some race options. It's not entirely clear,
probably
but
some magic stuff.
Probably some magic stuff. Yeah, probably some new spells. It's going to be juicy. We know that.
Finger looking good.
Because we're so excited about it, we're doing 2 simultaneous giveaways.
Yes.
We're doing one giveaway on Twitter and one giveaway on YouTube. So if you want to get in on these giveaways, go ahead and check us out on Twitter and share a link to any of our episodes, any of our shows. It could be YouTube, SoundCloud, doesn't matter. Hashtag Dungeoncast, and you'll be entered into the Twitter contest to win one of the 2 copies that we're giving away. And
that's at the Dungeoncast.
That's at the Dungeoncast, yes. The other contest will be run on YouTube, and by the time you're hearing this, there should be a video on YouTube titled Our Mordenkainen Tome of Foes Giveaway. And if you go ahead and check out that video, there will be instructions on how you enter that contest there.
Yeah. It's going to be like a watch the video, like, and subscribe.
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Leave a comment. That deal. So
because a lot of our new people are on YouTube. So hello. This is the
to
part
you.
of the show where you can't see us.
Indeed.
Podcast listeners, this is a part of the show that it's the same all the time, every time. You don't see us ever. But yeah, I think that's everything we want to do, except for like, thanks again, everybody, for listening to the show. We really appreciate you, truly.
And with that,
and deeply.
Let's get back to the show.
Let's teleport back here later, please. Okay.
And we're back.
It's true.
Time to talk about another druid cult.
Can we?
We're gonna.
We should.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do
so
it.
the next subclass is called Circle of the Shepherd. I also really like this one.
And I like the name you gave me off the record earlier of what this.
Oh
really
yes,
is.
yeah. This is the subclass I like to call the Pokemon trainer. You'll
Yes.
see why shortly. So this circle is focused on shepherding and protecting the weaker and smaller creatures of the land.
Nice.
Further,
Except for possums.
possums, because fuck possums.
Nasty.
Furthermore, they also have a special mastery over beasts and can even summon spirit animals and get animals to kind of do their bidding and whatnot. Thus, I call them the Pokemon trainer. So yeah, let's
Sounds
just.
evil when you say it like that.
Well, yeah.
Raccoons, do my bidding.
Do my bidding. So let's dive into the features. At second level, you get a feature called Speech of the Woods. With this feature, you can speak and write in Sylvan, and you can speak directly with animals. They understand you, and they can also respond, and you can understand their response.
In Sylvan?
It doesn't say. Well, they can't respond in Sylvan.
Oh, okay.
They can respond in their limited fashion, but you can understand what they're saying.
Yeah, like you can read their body language, like how a lot of animals communicate.
Well, I think this one's important because in a lot of these communicate with beasts, like you can't really get much of a response out of the animal, but with this, it's like you can clearly understand exactly what the animal's trying to tell you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Please save my babies. They're up in the tree.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. You would understand that in a snap. Okay, so at second level, you're going to get another feature, and this is the big one. It's called Spirit Totem. It really reminds me of, in 4th edition, there's a class called the Shaman, and the Shaman in 4E had a very similar thing to this Spirit Totem. So let's get into it. Once per short rest, you can summon an incorporeal animal spirit within 60 feet of you. The spirit does not count as a creature or object, so it can't really be targeted. It might be able to be dispelled, but I think that's up to DM discretion. The spirit animal emits a 30-foot aura with effects depending on what kind of animal you summon. You get an option between 3. You can summon a bear, a hawk, or a unicorn. Obviously, you can reflavor these at your whim. So with bear, if you summon the bear, creatures within the aura gain temp HP equal to 5 plus your druid level, and they also gain advantage on strength checks and saves. Not attacks, but checks and saves. It could come in handy.
That's pretty powerful.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. And that temp HP is juicy. I like it.
Yeah.
So if you summon a hawk, you and your allies have advantage on all perception checks, and as a reaction, you can give advantage to a creature's attack of your choice. And I think you do that once per turn.
Don't stay in the hawk too long, Tobias.
As a reaction. So as a reaction.
Okay.
Go, what did you say?
I said don't stay in the hawk too long, Tobias.
I don't understand that reference.
Okay.
Moving on. Unicorn. Which it's funny how we go.
Wait,
a bear? Unicorn.
Also, unicorn.
You and your
Check
allies
this shit
have
out.
you and your allies have advantage on checks to detect creatures within the aura. That's very circumstantial. So invisible creatures that are within the aura, you can detect them.
Like if somebody's spying on me right now.
Useful, or if you get into a fight with things that can go invisible.
So if you're in an assassin rogue with like a cloak of invisibility and they summon the unicorn, time to bone out.
Right, exactly.
You see a unicorn? Peace out now.
Right, indeed. Again, circumstantial, but useful. Also, when you heal via spells, all allies within the aura heal equal to your druid level. So
That's cool.
that is pretty cool. So there it is.
Okay.
So this is going to be like the core feature that all the other features are going to build on for the most part.
It's ghost Pokemon.
Is ghost Pokemon. Yeah.
So you can literally reflavor to Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise or something.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, why not?
You don't know what this animal is, but it's got 2 cannons on its back.
Yeah, right.
Giant turtle
and it looks
shell.
like a giant turtle.
Yeah.
Okay, so at level 6, you're going to get a feature called Mighty Summoner. All summoned and created Fae and beasts get boosts to their general stats. So the Druid, more so than other classes, gets access to spells where you can summon things.
Okay, yeah.
You
You get to summon, like, I could have, when I play a Druid in one of our games, I could have summoned like a bunch of eagles or like hawks or whatever.
Yeah, or like in our game when I played a druid, I summoned a bunch of pixies.
You did, yeah.
Anyways,
that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So when you do this, if they're Fey or Beast, which if you're Druid, they likely are, they're going to get 2 extra HP per hit die. So the higher level that you're summoning, the better. Nice. And all of their natural weapons are considered magical. So
oh wow, that's really good.
They stay relevant as the levels get higher and higher,
which is good because fuck. CR5 monsters almost all have magical resistance, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. At level 10, you're going to get a feature called Guardian Spirit. Your Spirit Totem aura heals summoned Fey and Beast creatures that end their turn in the aura. So this is very useful if you're relying heavily on summoned creatures. Keep them in the aura. You're just running all these Pokemon all over the place, and they're staying nice and healthy because of your ghost Pokemon. So they're
pretty sweet.
Yeah. And last but not least, you get a feature at level 14 called Faithful Summons. I'm just going to read this feature verbatim. Starting at 14th level, the nature spirits you commune with protect you when you are the most defenseless. If you are reduced to 0 hit points or are incapacitated against your will, you can immediately gain the benefits of Conjure Animals as if it were cast as a 9th level spell slot.
Oh.
Yeah. It summons 4 beasts of your choice that are challenge rating 2 or lower. The conjured beasts appear within 20 feet of you. If they receive no commands from you, which they won't because you're unconscious, they protect you from harm and attack your foes. The spell lasts for an hour, requiring no concentration or until you dismiss it. No action required. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you finish long rest.
These 4 animals are just going to run a freaking muck on your enemies.
Keep off our bro. Yeah, basically.
Don't take him to full neg. We need to heal him.
I just picture Ash going unconscious and then like all his Pokeballs, all his Pokemon pop out. Yeah. They're like, no, back off.
No, fuck this.
So
who will feed us?
Yeah, seriously. so yeah, that's the Circle of the Shepherd. Again, very animal focused, very summon focused.
Dude, it's strong.
I mean, it seems like it, but I'm not sure how strong it is because again, these summoned creatures like that take spell slots, and there's not a lot of summoning spells in the game.
I know it's just like the same ones over and over again.
Yeah, but with the same ones, you can summon different things.
Yeah, there's variety there.
Yeah,
like I really like summoning birds, like a gang of birds, because birds are fucking powerful.
That's
you can
true.
fly, you can have talons, you can distract people, you can crap on them.
This subclass probably is pretty powerful, and I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. It's really unique. I like it.
You get a bunch of ghosts. Like it's hard. This sounds hard to die. It sounds harder to die because of that last feature.
You know, at level 14, like I don't know how much a challenge rating 2 monster, even 4 of them, are going to do defending you. Like, you know.
Well, if they get up in this thing's if they stop this thing from attacking you and your allies for even 1 or 2 turns,
they could serve as a distraction. That is true. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't picture them like maybe it's in this scenario, like if it's the very end of the fight and like it came down to the last blow, this could be that little push to like get you over the hump. Yeah. But otherwise, I picture this as mostly just a distraction. Like give us a free, like
it this is 4 of them. Four is not a bad number.
And a monster, like if it's got triple multi attack, it's not going to be able to get them all. So.
That's true.
Yeah, 4 is the right number.
I'm sure it is useful and awesome, and it sounds cool. So, do you have any more questions about Circle of the Shepherd?
Are there? I have.
Okay.
Are there magic items in D&D that I know there are that like act like Pokeballs?
There are magic items in the DMG where essentially like you like throw them and it turns into the animal that you're summoning. So like I think there's an
owlbear one, right?
Like an owlbear one.
They look like little chess pieces almost.
Exactly. Yeah. And then like you can cause it to turn into a giant owlbear. Would that count? Is that your question? As one of these creatures? Because I think so.
well, I mean, kind of, yeah. Like the reflavor aspect of things. Like if you wanted to just literally, I want to be a Pokemon master, but D&D style. You know, I have all these little statues that I throw out.
Oh, you mean reflavoring it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could reflavor it. I'd let you reflavor it to that. Yeah, absolutely.
But you could do. What I'm trying to ask is like, of course, I could homebrew something. Is it already something in the D&D, like, you know, vanilla stuff like that I can access in one of the books that?
I'm trying to understand what you're asking me. Like, so I know there are items where you can use the item, or you could like throw the item and it'll become the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are spells that you can summon whatever the hell you want.
Okay.
What are you asking me exactly?
I guess to just become a Pokemon master, but only use D&D items.
It would essentially take reflavor.
Right.
And also you'd have to ask yourself, what class are you going to make? Because if all your quote unquote Pokemon are item based. They're not married to your class. So what class is a Pokemon trainer?
True. Okay.
Yeah. And like I would struggle to figure out what that is because as a Pokemon trainer, you're not really going to be doing combat, right? So all the combat classes don't count. But at the same time, why the hell would you be a wizard? Like, you know what I mean? Like you'd have to just reflavor it up. It may not be perfect, but I'm sure you can figure something out.
It sounds like you could get close. Okay.
Yeah. What I would do is I would be a druid. I would just ignore the wild shape feature because that's kind of weird. In the context of Pokemon.
I am a Pokemon.
I am a Greninja. Like, yeah, that's weird. But and then I would reflavor all of my spells that summon things into specifics, and I would only use the spells on those very specific creatures that I designate.
Okay.
And I would just pretend like I didn't have the variety. I'd be nerfing myself, but that's kind of how you would get the effect that you'd want.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, are you done asking me questions?
Yeah. I want to build one of these bad boys.
All right. Well, let's do that. We're gonna take a moment. We're gonna come back with a piece of paper and a pen, and we're gonna build a druid.
Hell yeah, and some dice too. Hey, we're back.
We're back.
And today I'm building a Circle of Dreams druid, and they're gonna be a gnome. I think a forest gnome was the right way to go.
Sure. Both good.
And it's going to be a him, and his name is Santana. So Santana is at this point, I think we're going to go level 6, right?
Yeah, let's go level 6.
We want that second feature.
We do.
So Santana is at this point a dirty old bum, but in the backstory, he was part of the Cult of Dreams, or I'm sorry, the Circle of Dreams, and he used to be super tight with his crew. And then it got a little too culty for him, and he thought maybe it'd be better for him to go out on his own. So and this was taking place in the Fae. So he leaves the Fae, and he finds a different like patch of forests, like pretty far, not that far away, but pretty far away, like far enough where it's like hard to just like walk there in like a day to go find him. Went like deeper into the forest, out of the Fae, into like a new spot like that he has kind of like domain over. And so I'm building
Santana's
him.
bad.
Yeah, I'm building him from like an NPC standpoint, I think.
Okay,
like this is somebody
cool.
you find rando in the forest.
Yeah, this is the character that's off adventuring.
Yeah, and he's such a good druid, like from his circle that like the Fae has followed him there, and this like there's this big bubble that he lives in that is kind of Fae-like.
I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, so there's like a bunch of critters and stuff, and like maybe Fae creatures started showing up there that got like lost or whatever, started wandering around. But basically, he's just a dirty old bum.
Just chilling, just straight chilling.
Yeah, he's all about like taking it easy and resting and being,
Does he
being at
play
peace.
an instrument?
Does he play an instrument? Yeah, he
And is it lute shaped?
No, it's not a lute. He I think he just breaks off like he finds like old dead tree stumps and stuff, and like has some animals help him like dig them out, and he just like beats them like drums until they break or whatever. And he just like sometimes when he's not resting, he'll party with the woodland creatures.
Okay.
That's a Kung Pao reference.
Oh, okay.
But in Kung Pao was the desert animals. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's Santana's whole bit. And if travelers come by, he tries to teach them about like his circle or his cult, this is the way things used to be, man. Like this is how it should be. You guys want some mushrooms? They're I call them positives because yeah. So he
I like it.
But he's a little guy, he's just a dirty old bum, basically. Like he'll probably take the hermit background, you know?
Yeah, that's a good place to start. Hermit background. Go ahead and write that down.
Okay, hermit.
We'll come back to it in a second.
I like to picture my Jesus as a dirty old bum.
You're gonna get, as a gnome, a +2 to intelligence, a +1 to dexterity because you chose forest. Dark vision, obviously.
Okay.
You're going to have gnome cunning, where you have advantage in all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic, which is extremely handy.
Okay.
So basically, advantage on all magic saves. It's just
cool.
what I would put.
That's really awesome.
You are going to get natural illusionist, where you know the minor illusion cantrip. Intelligence being the ability mod, but for minor illusion, I don't think that actually matters. And last but not least, you're going to get the ability to speak with small beasts. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas with smaller beasts. Forest gnomes love animals and often keep squirrels, badgers, rabbits, moles, woodpeckers, and other creatures as beloved pets. And I think that really tracks with the story you've painted so far.
But Santana's only friends. I think Santana eventually does like get bored enough to the point where he's like finds a way to make some kind of string instrument. And
Okay.
like, goes so like this is my new jam and starts just going
All
super
right.
hard on it
I like
every
it.
day.
I like it.
Yeah, so like when adventurers end up showing up, it's like he finds a place that's acoustically very nice, and there's like a lot of reverb, maybe like the mouth of a cave, a small cave or something out at the brink of the forest, the big rock or whatever.
And maybe one day a young bard named Neil shows up
Exactly.
and he teaches him how to rock on that lute, and then he sends him off on a journey.
Exactly. He's like, let me show you. It's not a lute. It's something else, but it's homemade. It's forest made.
Oh, nice. Very
yeah.
nice.
So, and he's playing it. The mouth of the cave is like amplifying it. So like,
Oh, nice.
maybe this is what's drawing people in. It's
Maybe.
like, yeah, this cave is basically a big horn. I use it as my I call it an amplifier for my stringed instrument.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of time to name
All
stuff.
right. Okay.
I don't think about it like
All right.
that.
Let's build the damn character. All right. So let's roll some stats.
Okay, cool.
Take those D6s.
I took them.
Watch them ruin your life.
Oh,
All right. First roll. What do we
it's
got?
very bad. It's a 5-1-2.
Oh gosh. Okay. 7 or 8. I can do math. 8.
8 is math. Oh God, we've rolled some shit stats on this show.
I say from now on, starting today, this will apply to me too. What we roll is what we get. No more of our homebrew. because
Okay, sure.
Watch the dice.
So just
ruin
screw
us.
me today. Here's another
Yeah.
8.
Well, screw me next time.
Yep.
Oh man. Well, he is a dirty bum. He doesn't have a lot of life skills.
Yeah, his strength is very low.
He's not very.
He only has finger
Yeah,
strength.
he's not.
wrist
He's
strength.
kind of malnourished.
Okay, here's a 13.
Oh, nice. But he's good at something.
Good at something, fucking whatever it may be. Because if I make these into like PCs and I roll bad, I feel awful because I'm like, I'm gonna play this guy someday probably.
right.
No,
Well,
I'll re-roll this.
we're looking at him at NPC status. So I
Yeah.
see a 5. What do you got there? 5 and 6?
6, 5, 3. So
So-
that's 14.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Not
you're good.
bad.
You're
Not
good.
bad. Okay. Ooh, 6, 3, 2. So there's another. Oh, there's an 11. Could be better.
That's fine. Right now, you're looking okay. You got one more roll.
Yep. Here we go.
You need at least a 12. Ooh.
Ooh, 6, 5, 5.
Ooh. 16. Okay, you're good.
Nice.
You're just really bad at 2 things, but that's all right.
That's okay. Lots of people are bad at 2 things.
All right. So as a druid, wisdom is going to be a spellcasting mod. And I don't see this guy attacking physically, so I would say dump strength.
No, I'm dumping strength.
You tell
I'll
me
probably
how your
dump-
ability scores are.
I'll probably dump charisma strength.
Yeah, that works. He's not very charismatic or strong.
I'll probably have like the 11 into con.
Sure. Why
It's
not?
not that important as a PC, as an NPC.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and write that all out so that we have a clear picture.
okay, strength, charisma.
You get a +2 to
Intelligence.
and a +1 to dex.
A +1 to dex.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put the +1 into the 13.
Okay.
I'll make that a 14.
Not bad.
I'll put the intelligence onto the. You know what? I'm just gonna make him a really beast. Okay, I'm gonna put wisdom's my spellcasting mod, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make the 16 wisdom,
Makes sense.
and then I'll make the intelligence the 14, so it'll become a 16 also.
Okay.
+2, so that's intelligence, and then the con is the 11.
All right.
That's less math for us.
Yeah, that's true. So if we put him in leather armor, his AC should be what?
Dex, so Dex is 14.
Dex 14, so +2. So that's 14. His 14 should be his AC.
AC is
So
14. Not
he's,
bad.
he's kind of squishy. Let's do his HP. That's a D8.
So he's gonna be level 6. So I'm gonna roll these 5 and then roll another one, right?
So he'll start with 8 HP because he has a +0
right,
to
and
his
then I'll roll
con,
5.
and then roll 5 die. Yeah.
So I'll do HP down here. 8. I'll roll these dice. Ooh, that's not the best. Could be better.
And you don't have a mod to boost it either.
Well, I got a plus. Oh no, that's
No,
a 0.
you don't. You
yeah,
got
it's
a plus
0.
shit.
Okay.
Although at level 4 you can boost stuff. You can get a +2 to.
Oh,
what you
okay.
want.
So, no, I was gonna put a +2 to wisdom.
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it. So he's got an 18 in wisdom now.
At level 4. So then it's got 6 and 4 is 10, and then +6 is 16. So he's got 18. +8 is 26.
Oh my god!
He's got
For a
26
level, At
HP.
level 6, he's got 26 HP.
And 14 AC.
Oh boy!
He just dies in 2 hits.
Yeah, indeed he does.
And his charisma is bad also.
Let's
He's a
go.
dirty old bum.
All right, so we're gonna pick some skills up, but let's first go and check out your background.
What do I get for Hermit? A skill?
Yeah, you're gonna get a couple skills.
Okay.
And a feature as well. We're gonna pull it up in just 1 second. All right. Hermit. So medicine and religion are your 2 skills.
Okay.
You also get a tool proficiency and an herbalism kit. A language of your choice. What do you choose? Let's say Sylvan probably makes sense.
No,
You're
giant.
from the Fae. Okay, giant.
Speak
Fuck
with the furbolgs that are around.
it. Sure, yeah, go for it. And then you get the feature called Discovery. The quiet seclusion of your extended hermitage gave you access to a unique and powerful discovery. The exact nature of this revelation depends on the nature of your seclusion. It might be a great truth about the cosmos, the deities, the powerful beings of the outer planes, or the forces of nature. It could be a sight that no one else has ever seen. You might have uncovered a fact that has long been forgotten, or unearthed some relic of the past that could rewrite history.
Yeah, the pentatonic scale. He discovered the circle of fifths.
Indeed.
He can do anything.
The circle of fifths. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Go Santana.
Yeah, so that's like where the intelligence is going to come into play here. The high dex is for the finger, like the plucking and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You can also speak Druidic because of your class.
Druidic, nice.
So you're going to get...
Is that like thieves can't?
yeah, but for Druids.
Okay. I imagine there's not as much like symbol based stuff for Druidic. Like how thieves can is like, I marked this building and that person
Right.
go and die.
Yeah.
Or get the shit
Probably
robbed out
less
of
that.
them.
Let me see here. You know Druidic, secret language Druids. You can speak the language and use it to leave hidden messages. So no, yeah, it's the same shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's okay. It's thieves can't. Nice.
Indeed. Choose 2 skills from this list. Arcana, animal handling, insight, medicine, nature, perception, religion, and survival.
Arcana for the magic of music. And then was performance one of them? Did you say?
No,
okay,
it certainly wasn't.
What's the
Animal handling, insight. You already have medicine, nature, perception. You already have religion and survival. So
survival?
Okay, sounds good. He's making a living.
Yeah.
You're gonna get spellcasting. We'll pick out some cool spells later. You're gonna get wild shape. I think by level 6. Let me see here. Your druid level determines the beasts you can transform into, as shown in the beast shapes table.
I do get wild shape for the circle of the.
Yeah, all druids get wild shape.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Just
Okay.
Weak compared to the circle.
Oh, that's
of the
right.
moon, yeah.
You right.
So at 6th level, you can turn into any creature, any beast without a flying speed that is of challenge rating half or lower. So pretty weak.
Yeah. So basically, you become an animal spy or whatever, a scout.
Pretty much, but you can't fly.
Right. No flight.
Let me see. Anything else interesting? You're just gonna get your druid circle feature. So you're gonna get that sweet healing, the balm of the summer court or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Your font of Sunshine and Rainbows, however you want to flavor that. And then you get that nice
Heal you with the power of music.
There we go. And then you get that nice shield of invisibility, if you will, for when you're encamped.
Yeah.
That rest.
What's that one
rest
called?
protection. It's called Hearth of Moon and Shadow.
Hearth of Moon and Shadow.
And yeah, I mean that's the basic gist of your character. Do you picture them? What do you picture them using to cast spells with, like as a totem?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the stringed instrument is like because it's gonna be like everything to him.
Okay, all right.
Like the animals in this, that's it. you
all
know?
right, okay.
And he's like trying to like recruit people maybe to be.
So he's almost like a bard.
He's like a bard, but it's like all the cool like magical bard type stuff that bards do. He's not doing it. It's like this music making is like an intelligence based thing where he's figuring the music out.
I see.
Like
I see. I
It's
like
like
that.
mathematical to him almost.
Okay, I like that.
But everything else, like this is like a different language of the universe. This is like the percentages to my fractions and
Oh, wow.
decimals kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's like this is just another piece of nature that I found.
Right. The
so-
nature of sound.
So maybe I picture him hunting a little bit.
So he's not vegetarian.
Well, mostly, but like he had needs. So like he needed
He needs some fucking iron.
He needed he needed iron for his blood, and then he needed to stay warm. So he got like a pelt that he wears.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and like he used the bow. Like he's a very like I'm gonna use everything from the animal kind of thing because he's like if I'm gonna kill an animal, I'm gonna make all the stuff stretch out and do it as infrequently as possible.
Right.
So And he like probably does some ritual where he like plays it a death song and shit.
Oh shit!
And like
okay.
puts like little berries in its eyes for the birds to come eat out and shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Okay, so
Just
that,
like, ooh.
yeah, so he probably used like the femur bone of like it's probably a bigger animal, and he made like a bed and like all kinds of stuff with his pelt because he's just a little boy.
Yeah, that's true. He's quite small.
Yeah, so he and then he took like the like. Maybe this animal had like real good tendons, or he found like some kind of plant that he made for strings. I don't know how this is going to work out. He found some material for the strings on it.
He made it work.
And then he found...
That's the most metal fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Like strings of my instruments are the tendons of other animals. It's like, whoa. Okay.
Like
Santana's fucking metal.
Like he found a cool way. Like he found some kind of balm to put on them, like coat them to make them last a really long time. And he's got like a bunch hanging up in like a like his herbalism kit. Probably helped him do something like that.
I mean, I like how we went in real primal with this when he's like a Fey Druid, and you could have been like he spun the instrument strings out of moonlight with his magic.
Oh,
but you
shit,
went the other way on this. Like, no, he killed some animals and used their tendons.
Yeah, because he leaves the Fae and then starts his life like
Circle of dreams.
Yeah, circle of dreams. He's like, have fun dreaming forever, you like big ass boar or whatever it is I killed.
Okay. God damn, dude.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
Circle of fucking nightmares. All right.
Okay.
Are we done with Santana? I think we're done.
More like Santana.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually really like the character. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's just a rando NPC. Feel free to throw Santana into your game.
Yeah, or don't.
Or don't.
Okay.
You might not like it. Yeah, that's it though.
All right, with that, I say we call it a game.
Let's do it.
We'll talk to you guys later.
The Dungeoncast.
His name is just Santana. That's it.
Okay. All right.